Have you ever heard of a fundraiser, or as to the customer, a charity or a match-up or whatever it's called these days? Asking everybody to give a half a dollar. Yet, that's what the Torah demands. And this is what this Shabbos is all about. So let's discuss this in a moment. But first, a wholehearted thank you to Hashem. Chapter 100, Mizmor l'soid ori el Adonai kol haaretz ivdos Adonai b'simcha. Boi lefanav b'non aduk Adonai v'limhu asanu v'lo nachnam v'tzar marisai. Boi yishor b'soid ha'chatzrois b'sil ha'hoid le'boch shuboi. Ki toiv Adonai le'olam chazdoi v'ador emunasoi. Let me give some tzedakah. No, I don't have a half a shekel. And please do the same. And let's discuss this a little bit. This Shabbat actually is a triple Shabbat. Shabbat Mishpatim, Shabbat Mevorchim, we're blessing the month of Adar, and it's Shabbat Shkolim. The Shabbat of the shekel. What is this all about? No, there's no fundraisers in shul. Don't get nervous, don't get afraid. You can go to shul without being concerned about being asked for funds. But our Chachamim have established that the Shabbat before the month Rosh Chodesh Adar is called Shabbat Shkolim. We're going to have a few Shabbos like this. Shabbat Shkolim, then we have Shabbat Zocher before Purim, then we have Shabbos Parshas Porah, Chodesh, and then Shabbos HaGodel, which is of a different nature. But the Shabbos before the month of Adar is called Shabbat Shkolim. The reason for that is because in the time of the temple, that was the month of the fundraising. They needed money for maintenance, for sacrifices. The Beis HaMikdash was an ongoing concern. There was no salaries in general paid, but the Kohanim didn't get salaries, the Levim didn't get salaries, but there was other people. Actually, it says that the one who used to prepare the bread, the shoe bread, they were charging. So everybody had to give a half a shekel. Why half a shekel? If you give wholeheartedly, give a whole thing. Shekel, we're not talking about huge sums over here. It's a relatively minimal amount. And the pasuk says, when you're going to count the Jewish people, take a census, then everybody should give an atonement for God, ransom for his soul, and what will they do? You should give a half a shekel. Interesting. Rashi says, Moshe Rabbeinu had a difficulty with this issue. He didn't understand it. And God showed him a coin in fire, then he understood. What didn't he understand and what did he understand with the fire? Because it says that this half a shekel came as an atonement, as a forgiveness for the sin of the golden calf. So Moshe Rabbeinu asked the question, that's all you need to do to be forgiven for such a fundamental sin, the sin of the golden calf? A half a coin, that's all it takes? And God showed him a coin in fire. It's not about the amount. It's about the fire, the passion that you give it with. When the soul is on fire, when the person is on fire and wants to give it with his full being, God says, this is the forgiveness. When you recognize you are a half, you're only a half, but a half. What I mean by that is, true, a half means you're not complete. But who is the other half? Here's the point. When we realize that, first of all, we are half together with another Jew, two Jews together become a whole. You know, in the name of God, sometimes we would write two Yuds next to each other, and this becomes the name of God. Yud Yud. A play of words in Yiddish. Zwei Yidalach, two Jews, two Yids, together become one. Become one, and that's the connection with Hashem. So when we recognize that we are half of God, and to become complete with God, we have to connect and unify with another Jew, says God, this is the forgiveness. And we give it before the month of Adar, which is the story of Purim. Haman came and said, there's a people that are separated, mefuzar and mefored is dispersed all over, says God. And he gave money towards it. And the answer is, the antidote, half a shekel, unity. That's for us to know today. Each giving half of ourselves. With fire brings the ultimate unity and the ultimate redemption with Mashiach.